Hi everybody, welcome to the QB School. I am JT O'Sullivan. Today, buddy ball to the extreme. Super Bowl champs Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, getting it done, finding a way. Let's get into it. Welcome to the QB School. Stafford, Cooper Kupp, and company playing a little buddy ball. Getting into it. This is a great play design. Nice execution. Oh man, Apple falling asleep at the wheel. Had a rough day, 20 for the Bengals. Again, great play fake. Great speed, angle here from Kupp, design. Again, I feel like we've seen McVay do this kind of boot, naked stuff for forever. But design-wise here, we get the horizontal stretch. Here comes the motion coming across. We're going to get the play fake coming down. We're coming out, getting enough depth to be able to navigate the edge. We're down to the corner. Again, I think the most important part here, route-wise, there's some nice routes here. It's the angle that he's coming down to block. The other thing is this dude blocks. So he comes down there hard, looks like he's hunting up the safety, comes out to the corner. OBJ does a really nice job coming across, stair-stepping this thing, coming across two, being a nice answer. And then we get the late in the flat. So it's just a layered way to move the pocket. And again, it doesn't get easier than this. Just falling asleep at the wheel here, corner-wise, not good enough. Too easy to let this guy get this type of touchdown on that kind of route. I mean, just kind of disgusting defensive football here. But again, not going to take anything away from the buddy ball. Cooper Kupp working hard, blocking. You get routes like that. I mean, look at OBJ. He knows it's going to be a touchdown. He's got his hand up. He's pointing to him that he's open. Now the ball's been thrown, but pretty rare to see that. Again, just really nice the way that they're, again, designing the horizontal stretch. Getting layered shots, corner, over, flat. Nice job. Again, undisciplined eyes, playing corner, comes wide open. But you can watch Kupp's angle here on the left. Down hard, right? He comes down hard. 30 thinks he's getting blocked. Look at 30. He thinks he's getting blocked. No. Come out, wide open, nice easy throw. Excellent. Big touchdown. Now let's get into really where this game becomes buddy ball. This final drive for the Rams. 4th and 1. What are you going to do? Can't run it. Hit him with a fly sweep. Under center. Give it to your best player. Let him get on the edge. Really well designed. Excellent call. So from the back here, you can see they're in a bare front. You got a 0 nose. Got 2 threes cheating down. I mean, look at 91. He even cheats down even further. Squeezes this thing down. And really the perfect play call to get off on that C-gap edge, kind of the softest gap. Other thing to pay attention to here, just design-wise, subtle. Watch the motion from Kupp. So he fakes the short motion. Cross, fake, then go. And you can see, look what just that motion does to the corner up top. He's going to be a force. He doesn't know he's got a man struggling out there. He's stepping on his own feet. Can't come up, make the play. Not going to matter on 4th and 1. But just those subtle little details about what they're doing with the motion. And again, look, you guys don't have to be, I don't want to turn this into run school, but there is an element of just common sense. There's a 0 nose, head up, or outside shade here. We'll call that a 3 technique. 3 technique, he actually cheats down even more. We've got a backer right behind the nose. He's going to be unblocked. So it's going to be really hard to go where? Here. I mean, they're open gaps, but not really. They're half closed. There's someone in the B gap. There's no one in the C gap. That's a soft C gap, right? He's at depth. What is he at? 3-4 yards, 2-3 yards. It's 4th and 1. The only thing you're deciding here is who you're leaving. So we're going to reach, this sniffer is going to reach one of these two. Usually they're going to leave the C gap player, but it depends on what kind of run this is. We're going to leave this guy from depth. Reach this thing, just erase him, lose with dignity, and then give your guy a chance to fall forward. So again, they've got you outnumbered because they're soft on that edge. You get a chance to get this. There it is. And again, 24 takes a bad angle, goes straight ahead. He's thinking he's getting that run downhill, and we're right around him. That's a massive play. I mean, if that play doesn't work, it's a terrible play call. But it's dialed up perfectly to that front. Next one here, we start getting into some serious buddy ball. A little option down here at the bottom slot. Again, just look at the technique he's using here to create space and win versus leverage. Off, widen them, turn, trust. And this is buddy ball. I know it's a nice story to say we get breakfast every morning, but this is just throwing it to the best player. Trusting he's going to win. putting it on the shoulder away from the near defender. You're going to play in zone coverage. You're going to put a linebacker type out on that receiver this season, you're in trouble. But look at that leverage. So, I mean, this is the subtle thing about running these type of routes. To start, we're inside leverage, right? So at the snap, he kind of buys time, gets out here a little bit, widens the defender, and then just curls inside there. So it's really subtle. I mean, at the snap here, you wouldn't think you're going to get open breaking in on one of these option choice routes. Watch him widen the stem, widen, come back underneath. And so watch what that does to the defender. I think he even crosses his feet. I mean, look at it. You cross him over, it's over. Get to the basket. Finish at the rim. Stafford trusts him and puts it on him. Those are big plays in this type of situation. And it's all based off trust and him just working that option. Put it on his near shoulder. Love it. Then this next one is probably the throw play of the game for me. We'll look at an image here after we watch it. But this idea of Chevy, where you run this little pivot and glance or post behind it. And this is straight up a ridiculous throw. This is a Matthew Stafford look off, or at least his helmet is looking off. We're going to run that little pivot or hitch from the tight end right behind him. And I mean, look at his helmet. That is a look off. Just doing dirty things to 24. He's looking right at 88, or at least his helmet's looking right at 28, and he wraps that thing right down the hash. These little wrap ins, glances down the hash are just a thing of beauty. Just absolute eye manipulation. I want to say eye something else, but man, it is beautiful. So what am I talking about? Courtesy of my man James Light, retweeting James Light. Not sure about that move, but I do appreciate sharing the information. The McVay Shanahan Chevy Stucco. So what exactly is the Chevy Stucco? So this Chevy Stucco play is really this, I guess, post glance. I'll tell you, I'm used to playing this more with a true like wrap in, kind of like a rolled in, but it essentially is the same thing. A little 6-step glance in angle. That's where the ball's trying to go. You can see that pivot hitch here. Versus zone, sit here, man, you can run away. And then that stucco, we're coming out, we're running that stick back in. Nice little reverse whip here. So again, you're reading that thing. One, we're really trying to get it there, and you can see what he does, manipulates that curl hook defender. So whatever defender ends up showing up in right here, we're going to draw him with our eyes. We're looking this way, looking, everything's this way, and then we rip the ball right down the hash. And if it's not there, you've got the stucco coming to you. Or you got this one right down here if everybody gets depth. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it. It's a little bit more confusing when you switch it to the left side, but what's on the other side? I think they run like a China or corner concept over here, but we're just trying to rip this thing right here. If it's not there, we've got these two check down type routes right underneath it. So now let's watch it again after understanding the Chevy Stucco scheme. So watching that Chevy up top with the stucco down at the bottom. So Chevy right there, just really nice. And I mean, could you put it on the tight end on his right shoulder, his inside shoulder? Maybe. But you can feel that guy coming down out of the curl, wrap it right around him. And if it wasn't there, you can see 18 at the bottom on that stucco coming out of it. Just absolute beautiful play, and really the play of the game. Certainly for Stafford there, great job wrapping that thing. It's an absolute thing of beauty. And impressive for him to kind of battle through some tough misses and some plays that he probably should make to be able to come out there and do that. Halftime, you dig the channel and you haven't already, please subscribe, hit the bell, get the notifications. It lets you know when we go live, when we put out new content. I certainly appreciate the support for the channel. We have a bunch of free content also available, whether it is the Quarterback School tool, whether it is the Pass Pro Quiz, whether it is the free quick game course. All of those links are in the description to the video. If you're looking for even more Quarterback School content, hop over to the Quarterback School Patreon community, where we usually do long form videos, kind of what it's like to be in an NFL quarterback room, breaking down all sorts of details and nuance of the position of ball. And then if you're looking for the absolute premium content, check out the Quarterback School courses. We have a number of different courses: how to beat every coverage, RPO, pass protection, tempos, and an entire offense coming soon. So pretty excited to share that. As always, thank you for your continued support. Let's keep this video going. Just one more time, right down the line. Look off, wrap it. I mean, 24. Yo, just thing of beauty. Buddy ball, look off, dime, love it. A lot to like about this drive. Certainly their execution, their connection, special. This time up top, Kupp's in the number 3. He's working on the inside backer. They hit him with a little pressure, zone pressure, way too much space. Again, love the kind of detail that Kupp goes at these routes with. So he's going to do this kind of inside release right from the left of our screen. Inside, see that angle up, and it just creates more space there for you to come up and run away from that defender. So you really try to threaten him like you're going across the field, and then you're able to come out of it. And it helps when they blitz the nickel, obviously, well timed. But if they're going to pressure, so he's coming off the edge, so he's not even there. So really, it's the receiver is having the best season by far in the league versus this inside backer from this leverage. We're going to come at him to start, up, and then into the out. And again, I like this kind of like burst release because it creates more space. If you run straight up, he can kind of condense this thing. He's got a chance to like undercut it a little bit more, as opposed to if you run at him for a tick, threaten him, come up. Now, are you going across on the over? Or are you coming across? When you come in, you're opening up this window to break out, so the window is wider, as opposed to if you just ran a straight stem up. You can see here, I mean, which window is bigger? This window or this window? I mean, it's not that hard. Again, it's all based off the release, the details there as far as what's going on with the perimeter, and then obviously you got to make the throw, got to hold up pass pro wise. Nice job from the back. Watch the back come all the way across here to pick up the pressure off the edge. Really nice. Can't get home. Not an easy throw, someone getting walked into your lap. Just a massive play. So then they're a little confused up front. Finally get lined up. The back does a great job coming across. Stafford puts them on him. Big play. But it wasn't perfect by any means. And this is just one example of what probably will be many. But this is a wide open touchdown that Stafford makes this throw. I mean, 99 out of 100 times. It's that wide open. So to have a chance to win the Super Bowl on a play like this and miss it this significantly, I mean, that's a significant miss for any Sunday quarterback, let alone a guy who's got the reputation that Stafford has. But what we're trying to do here looks like trying to get the ball either to Kupp, or Kupp's trying to get a rub here. So we're coming up here, setting it down. We're getting the back out on either a little rail or quick wheel. And if it's not there, then we've got this back line over. So it kind of keeps your eyes either this is a rub or this is one, kind of 1 and 1B, and then right here to 2. And it almost looks like Stafford goes 1 over here and then kind of comes all the way back 2, and then is kind of late coming back 3. So he kind of is all over the place with his eyes, which probably leads to a little bit of the inaccurate throw at the end. But look at the design up top. You know, could you put it on the back? Probably not. You get that defensive end peeling. Don't like that. Patience coming back across. I mean, right? I mean, there's nobody by him by 8, 9 yards in the end zone. You put that thing in the front row. Cameraman assault right there. That thing is rough. So just watch his eyes here. Our left, no. See how he almost comes like all the way back across? And again, he's like throwing across his body. I know he's got a bunch of arm angles, but this is to me one of those things where just unnecessarily difficult. I mean, I just don't, you know, obviously it's, you win the Super Bowl, it's a great game, it's a big win, but these are just, there were a few just weird misses. And I can tell you, I just don't think he's lined up to do it, but I don't know why he doesn't get lined up. And even if you're not lined up here, even if your feet are like that, you could, I mean, you should still make that throw. Tough. But buddy ball to the end here. 2nd and 1 after a bizarre quarterback sneak call. We just throw up a little back shoulder fade. And luckily he didn't hand it off here on this RPO, because this thing would have got nothing. And I mean, I wouldn't even say that that's a great throw. That's just going out there and beasting 20. An apple a day. My goodness. Again, goal line defense. They're in every gap. It's going to be tough to run it. Certainly tough to sneak it. Tough. Again, if he would have handed this ball off to the right, looks like some iteration of zone to the right. I mean, the tight end on our right is getting beat from 57 across his face. Nobody's there to block 55. I mean, you're not going to be able to hand the ball off. Great decision. Give your best player a chance. Go make a play and go win the bowl. Really impressive to just be able to fight through some tough calls, no calls we'll talk about later. Certainly build some context around the whole penalty situation here, but you got to tip your hat and buddy ball to the absolute max there when they needed it. Now, why they didn't do it earlier, I couldn't tell you. I think probably needs to be, addressed or at least talked about why, but that's a great way to close out and go win the bowl. Have yourself a hell of a season, Cooper Kupp. So that is a wrap. Buddy ball to the extreme. Finding a way to win the Super Bowl, really an impressive way to kind of fight through some significant adversity, even in that final drive, to be able to find a way to win, get it to your best player. There's really an element of kind of overthinking what we're trying to do, what's working, what's not working, and just finding a way to kind of showcase the trust and work that those guys have put in together. All jokes aside about the relationship that they have, eating breakfast, meetings, it's impressive to see the connection that they have throwing it and be able to rely on it when it matters most. So really impressive. Please let me know what you thought of the video. As always, I appreciate the support. I will see you next time. Have a good one.